everyone. Welcome back to week number four's fourth presentation, contribution, inspire the will. So people will contribute, which is one purpose of Love and Life Ministries, worship, if you can inspire the will. How do we do that, and why do we do that? Volunteers are the owners of the worship service. And the best way to inspire oneself is to contribute, to do something for the service, and something that you really like to do. And this is the way to make the service inspiring and also to get the most out of it for yourself. Pray for the service, for the pastor, for the guests. Contribute to the music, contribute a testimony, support the technical side. Willow Creek Church worship leader Nancy Beach wrote a book, and she talks about the value of a volunteer whose name is Gordy. Gordy has been working, when I arrive, Gordy has been working for a couple of hours. He always greets me with a warm smile and inquires, how can I specifically pray for you? Is there anything in this service that most concerns you? Often my response fills Gordy's eyes with tears. During rehearsals, Gordy provides an enthusiastic audience for actors and musicians who wonder if their material will connect. Before the service begins, Gordy leads a circle of crew members in a passionate prayer for God to work mightily among and through us. I've been reflecting on how this one volunteer affects me every time I show up to serve at church. This is the power of a volunteer. Volunteers are owners of the service. Also, it's very important that you truly enjoy the service. You are far more likely to enjoy the service if you are contributing to it. Vitality elements, anyone? The service should be welcoming, it should be comfortable, inspiring, and fun, according to the Satellite Service Manual. And if you enjoy it, the joy will spread to others. Do what you enjoy. This is the meaning of hobby life. Worship should be hobby life on some level. Then even if people don't come, at least you had a good time, but they will come. So to improve, Father said we should develop music, we should develop songs that are going to reach young people, we should make it interesting for youth. Be a volunteer. That's the best way to own the service. The Love and Life Service Manual says, the church is more than a building or a service. The church is a group of people. The church is a group of people who make up the body. Without properly functioning organs, the body will suffer from malnutrition. Volunteering is more than giving. It is more than serving. It is caring, owning, and investing. We should start to understand that everything we have comes from our Heavenly Parent. Everything we have comes from our Heavenly Parent. That's the beginning point. Then with our tithe and our volunteering, we are returning to God a small portion of what God has given to us. So the idea here is that the church is a living entity, a breathing, it's growing, it's a body. And a body depends on its organs and its cells contributing. It's called whole purpose. And it's giving, and the idea is you give more than you receive. And then the body is healthy, and healthy bodies multiply. So a worship service should bring joy to God by leading to us all giving freely. Giving freely. The entirety of true worship is giving back to God freely from one's heart in the worship service itself. This inspires God. We don't come to receive God. We've already received more than we could ever deserve from God. Believers' worship is when we in community gather to give back to God, to inspire God. Seekers come to receive, but believers come to give. Naturally, our giving in the service extends beyond the service and includes substantial activities and donations of our material assets. this cannot be forced. It can't just be an obligation. Response must be because God has moved our hearts, as God moved the heart of the Israelites to give of their resources and talents to build the tabernacle. And read Exodus chapter 34 from 20 and on. It says that everyone who was willing and whose heart moved him came and brought an offering to the Lord for the work on the tent of meeting. Men and women alike came and brought gold jewelry of all kinds and everything, who were willing and had the skill. They spun the goat hair, they did the carpentry, they created this incredible tabernacle out in the desert, free will offerings to God. And those are pleasing to God. And it ended up that they had more. Moses had to say to the people, stop, you've brought enough. You brought too much, we can't handle it, don't bring any more. Father said, in a course that is mandatory, the phenomenon of revival does not occur. So the paradigmatic, that means a paradigm for the act of giving, is conversion. That's our fundamental source. Original giving is conversion. We're giving our whole selves to God, to give one's life by joining the church. After one joins, that act of conversion is repeated in the purpose of contribute. We're converting ourselves again and again, giving more. So how can we bring members and visitors to that point? Giving the call. We have to call. We have to give the call. And there's a number of steps here that I outline, and you can, this is not original to me at all. Plan out your moment of invitation. Explain how to respond. Offer multiple ways to indicate a commitment. Lead unbelievers in a model prayer. Ask them to repeat a simple prayer in their hearts after you. Ask them to let you know about their decision and offer multiple ways to indicate their decision. Expect people to respond. Accept those who don't. Congratulate and lift up those who do. Okay, I'm going to close here, and you'll hear the next presentation from Heather, the checklist on contribute, characteristics of excellence in Love and Life Ministry local churches.